Hi everybody, it's Ann Quinn at Carnegie Public Library, and today my guest, my very special guest today is Ben Snodgrass. Welcome, Ben.
Hi.
Hi. Ben is the entrepreneur of Washington Courthouse. In case you don't know, let's see, how many businesses do you own, you and your family? There's Partyology, there's the Linen Closet, there's Sweetwater Bay, there's WW Cleaners, there's a cleaning company, what's the name?
Janitorial, or SNS Janitorial.
That's 5, but there's more, isn't there?
The golf course.
The golf course.
The laundromat.
Yes.
You
need to keep busy, don't you?
Probably about it, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we also bought the Graceful Tables during COVID, a national linen company.
Oh, that's a recent acquisition?
We bought that in March, yeah.
Well, I think you need a lot to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and something else that I just found out about, literally just found out about, that I think people from Washington Courthouse would find very interesting, is that you just purchased the Harry Asian house at an auction.
I did.
And that is so exciting because, as you know, probably, Harry Asian, it was the painter for all those gorgeous murals all around town. And the library has probably 4 or 5 Harry Asian paintings too. So he's a big deal in Washington Courthouse.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm ready to have a party at your house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good times.
Right.
Okay, so tell me what you've been up to.
We just really been working at the golf course, trying
Well,
to
that's
get it
what
up
I want to
date.
know about, because I think a lot of people don't know that your company runs. How does that work? You run the clubhouse?
We rent the entire golf course from this park district.
The entire golf course?
It's 81 acres.
Okay.
So we're in charge of mowing and the clubhouse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So it's a lot of upkeep, yeah.
Yes. And what are your hours? I mean, are you open now to the public, the restaurant portion?
Yeah, the restaurant's open 11 to 7, 7 days a week.
Okay.
We're still working out
Tweaking.
some kinks. Yeah, so we're not up to full openness, but we are letting people eat. The golf course itself is open from dusk till dawn for reservations, tee times, unless it's raining.
And can you rent the main room for parties and?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Now, you know me well enough, Ben. What would I like to eat off your menu? What do you recommend that you know that I would just love?
Our most popular dish is really the rainbow salad.
Never heard of that.
Right. It is a salad made of fruits and on a spring mix with chicken strips on top.
I would like that.
Yeah, it's really kind of a different spin on the salad.
Do you have a signature salad dressing?
Nope.
Because I'm all about the salad dressing.
We have, I think, like 18 different salad dressings.
Okay, so I'm going to find something
Yes.
I like.
Yeah.
Did you remodel some portions of the interior of the building?
We did, but not that the general public would not notice.
Okay.
There was a
You upgraded
clothes
a
shop.
few things.
There was, I'm sorry, I can't think of it. There was an apartment in the top. We made into a bridal suite for renting for weddings.
Okay.
That we did remodel.
Okay.
Yeah. So that when you rent it for a wedding, the bride will have a place to go
Okay.
to get ready.
So I do like salads, but I also love sandwiches. Sell me a sandwich that I want to get.
Well, our signature meat is a brisket burger.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yum.
We don't really sell the regular hamburger like everyone else. We have brisket burgers, which are, I have to say, pretty delicious. And you can get any toppings from a fried egg to macaroni and cheese, really whatever topping you really want on it.
Macaroni and cheese on top of a brisket burger?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many calories are in that?
Well, luckily we're small enough that we don't have to count them. So we're going to say none.
Okay.
And then we try to get everything we have as pretty local. So we're having our buns made by Atkins Bakery.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And then we also have our signature, which I love myself as my favorite burger, is actually a sausage burger.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting our sausage burgers from Prime Meats and Deli. Trying to keep as much local as we possibly can.
That's great. What about, are you doing a brunch yet? I know at one point you were talking about
We haven't quite got
brunches.
there because we want to kind of do like a brunch buffet, but with COVID, you really can't do a buffet yet.
That really put a crimp in things, didn't it?
Then we
Yeah.
have talked the other day, we were talking about you could buy a meal for 4 and just put like a huge display of food,
Mm-hmm.
and then the 4 people could just pick and choose what they wanted off of a plate, but we haven't quite got that far yet.
Okay. Well, I know your mind is always whirling.
We try.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think you're very successful. Another thing that Ben, we're just so delighted with at the library, you've been coming for a long time with your family, with your boys. That's how
Yeah.
I first met you.
Yes.
You bought Charles. I don't even think Oliver was born yet.
Nope.
You bought Charles the story time. And ever since then, you've been just such a wonderful benefactor of the library. You've given us, the day that you gave us like 30 costumes for kids.
Yeah. That's a long
Those
time
are
ago.
so popular.
Yeah.
And did you know play is considered an important part of pre-literacy when children can play? I mean, people just think it's playing, but it is part of pre-literacy. And that's what the kids love, boys and girls. They love just diving into all those. They've got hats, wands, crowns, shoes,
Oh, yeah.
dresses, stuff for boys. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a child's delight, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of how you've been our benefactor. So we thank you.
Well, and they say that kids, that's a kid's job is to play, so.
It is a kid's job to
Right.
play.
Yeah.
I can just imagine. I think you and I were superstars at the age of 5 or 6.
I don't know about that, but I
Always
still like to play.
got a great imagination. Okay, so tell me, do we have something big going on downtown? Does Main Street have we've got a scarecrow?
Scarecrow Shop Hop, because unfortunately the Scarecrow Festival was canceled.
Right.
Great COVID, having a great COVID, but so we do have that coming up. It's the second Friday. We always have a shop hop the second Friday of every month.
Last month, that was or August, and that was wild. That was wonderful participation.
Because it lasted 2 days this time. Normally it's just the one, but we did have it for Friday and Saturday this time.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Isn't it exciting to see people back in the stores?
It is, yes.
Yeah, it's like there's a little sense of normalcy.
Right.
And I just appreciate how all the stores have available when you walk in. There's sanitizing lotion, and everybody's masked up when you go in, and so I think
I
it's
feel like
very
everyone's taking it
safe. And
everyone's taking it serious. As they
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about books.
Okay.
I know that you're not a huge fan of reading per se from a book, but you love.
I listen to books on tape, which I guess they're not really on tape anymore.
Yeah.
They're really off of my phone.
Right.
So like while I'm working, like this morning I had to press at the dry cleaners. One of my pressers was off, so I put my earbuds in, and I'm currently rereading The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Love that book.
It's a great book, and but because I drive a lot, and so I listen to it in my car, and that way, I like to listen to my books on tape, and I just like to listen to the readers and their different accents and things like that.
And you said the narrator for this has the Swedish
Yeah, he's got a
accent.
little. It's not a huge Swedish accent, but it's got a little bit of a Swedish accent, so it really makes it more fun.
Do you ever get so lost in hearing the story? This is my problem with audiobooks. I get so lost in the story that I start speeding. And I start accelerating, and then all of a sudden I'll look, because I'm so into it, then I'll look down and I'll go, I'm doing 100 miles an hour.
Well, no, I got you beat. Yesterday, I ran over a traffic cone.
Oh no!
Like they
Oh,
were
no.
fixing the street over there, and I ran over a traffic cone.
Was it because you were so
Oh, yeah.
absorbed?
Yeah.
And I've missed turns.
Yeah. Well, and see, my problem is I get home, and I don't want to get out because
Yes.
like it's so exciting. Like you're in an action sequence, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to know what's going to happen.
So you sit in the car for
Yeah.
20 more minutes
Yeah,
so
and
you
I'm
can
like,
find out.
I've got to go and see my kids, but no, I need to know. I've got to know.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been doing that for quite a while.
I started in college, so 20-ish years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about you've got 2 boys,
Yes.
and they're in 4th grade.
Fourth and first this year.
Fourth and
Getting old,
first.
yeah.
And I know they've been coming to the library with their mom usually, Miss Ellen, and they love to read and they
Yes.
check out a lot of books.
Yes, we do.
So do you share a reading extravaganza at night? I guess Charles is totally on his own though.
Not yet. Well, he likes to read us facts. He has a book of like 1,000 facts, and so he reads us like 10 or 20 facts every night that we like to learn. And then Oliver, unfortunately, he is starting to learn to read by himself, which makes me a little bit sad, just because he's grown up so fast. But
Yeah.
but it's a good thing. He's learning to read. but he reads 2 books for us every night, and then Ellen normally reads them the what is it? It is, shoot, can't think of the name. We just finished the Junie B series last year with the kindergartners. The A to Z mysteries. That's what
Oh,
we
the
read.
A to Z mysteries.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've read a couple of those.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, the series. Yeah.
Now, are your children going to school, or
Yes.
are you doing virtual learning?
We
or
are
going to
currently
school?
going to school.
Yeah.
It was a huge debate and
Mm-hmm.
back and forth, but we finally
Yeah.
decided that for the current that it would be best to go.
Yeah, I know. Well, of course, they're in their first week right now.
Yes.
Are they excited? Are they coming home and going, this is weird, we're having to stay in our classrooms, or?
Well, they got out in March, and we kept them pretty much at home
Yeah.
through the time. So I think they're a little excited to see everyone.
Mhm.
And my mother, actually I'm wearing a white wristband because of it, was diagnosed with lung cancer.
Oh, I didn't know.
About 8 weeks ago.
Okay.
So we've really kept them at home since then, so that we can go see my mom because
Why?
she's
Because you got to protect her.
Right.
Yes.
And so they've really been in isolation since then.
Okay.
So they're really excited to see some people. Mom and Dad are okay, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's been interesting to talk to all the parents. This has been a long 5.5 months since
Yeah.
March 16th
Yeah.
when they closed the schools. This has been a long haul. So I think a lot of parents were doing a little dance in the driveway
Oh, yeah.
on Monday.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, you just saw the
Bye-bye.
cars lined up. Yeah, I think they were just pushing them out, when they were dropping them off at school Monday.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, that's good that they're having a good time. So let's see Chocolate Walk is coming up
It
in
is.
October.
Yes.
And you, at Sweetwater Bay, you guys always have something to drink that's chocolate. Do you want to keep it a secret, or are you going to tell us what you're thinking about?
Actually, I have no idea.
Okay. Is that on
Um,
Christie's?
Well, normally, Christy, my niece Hannah, which actually runs Sweetwater Bay, and I normally have sat down and talked about it, but we have been so busy.
Which is a good thing to have
Which
that
is
problem.
a good problem, right?
Yeah.
We haven't had a chance to sit down and plan that yet.
Okay. Is it the second? That's the second week in October.
I have no
No
idea.
idea. Okay. Well, let's go on the Main Street
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yes,
We'll
I'm
find
sure
out
it's there.
exactly.
Now that you say, I'm pretty sure it is.
I am
Probably right.
planning on working there, just like getting the tickets out,
Right.
that kind of thing, and that's always a lot of fun for me.
And we always have a great turnout. They always sell out.
Oh,
So
they
early.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know everybody was so disappointed because we sold out like that back in
Oh,
February,
right, yeah.
and then they were disappointed that
Yeah.
they weren't able to,
Right.
go chomping on chocolate. Yeah.
We're drinking our chocolate in our store.
That's right. And just real quick, do you have a big event coming up at your? What do you call the thing at the country club? Do you have a name for it?
Well, the park district has it called. It's the Greens.
The Greens.
And the Highland House.
Okay, so you still are keeping those names?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know because of COVID, it's hard to plan, but I know that you did a New Year's Eve, I think.
Well, it was rented out. Someone else we rented it out for New Year's Eve. They had a
Okay.
private party there. Yes.
Okay, then you had a Valentine's party. and
We
I think
did.
everything
That
just-
that was our Valentine's party. Yes, because that was when we were going to open, but then we waited, 6 more months to actually open.
Yes.
1st of August, but we are with COVID. We're just kind of
It's hard to
coasting
plan.
by.
It's just
Yeah.
really hard to plan. I know at the library, it's hard for us to do. Well, we are not allowed at the moment to do indoor programming. So next week we're going to start outdoor programming,
that'd
and
be
we're
fun.
going to redo story time in our garden.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
So as long as the weather cooperates, we'll be outside. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I enjoy just always talking with you, Ben. It's so much fun, and I like to hear what's going on in the community. And I tell you what, you've got a lot going on, and I appreciate what you brought to our downtown, to that beautiful Craig building, the work that you've done on that, and on the other part of your building, the Noble Pig. The architectural improvements, they are just gorgeous. I don't feel like I'm in Washington Courthouse anymore. I
We
feel like
worked
I'm
pretty hard.
in New York or Columbus or, so that was a beautiful building, and to bring it back to its former glory, thank you, thank you.
We're actually talking about starting to work on the second floor now, so.
Oh, what would you do upstairs? Would that be an extension of the tuxedo shop?
Well, we're not quite sure, but we.
Okay, but you wanna renovate that?
Right, yeah.
Okay, that is a grand building.
And
Is it 3 stories or just 2?
Well, it's kind of a weird building. So there's a basement that when it was originally the Craigs, so it has a basement. There's the first floor that everyone sees now. There is the mezzanine. So if you're on the right side, the Sweetwater Bay side, there's a mezzanine where I guess they used to take money,
Yes.
and that's where we have our offices. And then there's a
Oh,
second floor,
I didn't know that.
which we have not renovated, and then there's almost an entire full attic.
Okay.
So there's tons and tons of space in that building. Like, it's huge
Have you
building.
ever thought about doing apartments up there?
We have, but you'd have to, the plumbing and all of that would really hurt you'd have to really do a lot of pipe work that you would see that'd be exposed in the lower floors.
And I wanna know if it's true. I've always have heard that the Craig building is haunted.
I've
What
never
do you
seen a
say?
ghost. I have never seen a ghost.
Have you heard a ghost?
I have not. The daughter of Erica at Sweetwater, the Noble Pig has said that she's seen a ghost, but I have never seen it.
Well, you know, the library's supposed to be haunted too. People swear by it, but I haven't seen one either. So maybe we should have a ghost party sometime.
Ooh, a ghost hunt through
The
the
ghost
courthouse.
hunt. Let's plan on that.
I like it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate this.